Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. The past year has been harrowing for all of us. Some of us have lost our loved ones. Some of us have had our whole world turned upside down. And all of us have felt confinement. The mind yearns to break free and see the world. Wanderlust. To that end, wanderlust remains one of the main themes in most of Tagore's works. He gives the highest importance to the human mind that wants to explore. In this beautiful play, the protagonist is a small child, Amal. To me, when I first read The Post Office, it felt like Gurudev wanted to talk to us about the child in all of us, the pure human soul, Amal. Swachh, clean, that which has not been tarnished with pride or ego, that soul that wants to see the world, bargain with time, fall in love, and ultimately, when the angel of death comes knocking, walk with her to meet the ultimate soul of eternal bliss. Now you may wonder, why would Tagore choose the name Post Office? Well, aren't we all waiting throughout our life for that letter of emancipation? Now, let's sit back, relax, and enjoy the play Post Office.
What a mess I am in. Before he came, he meant nothing to me. I had no worries. Then he came here out of nowhere and filled my entire home. If he leaves me now, this house will no longer feel like my home. Doctor, do you think he will survive?
If the child is fated for a long life, then he shall have it. But it is written in the Ayurveda that
What? Please tell me.
the scriptures say bile and fever, palsy and film, all
Stop,
are.
stop. Please stop. Please don't recite those shlokas. They just make me more anxious. Tell me instead what must be done.
Great care must be observed.
That I know, but what kind of care?
I've told you this before. On no account should he be let out of doors.
But he's so young. To keep him indoors all day is really cruel.
What option do you have? The autumn wind and sun are both like venom to the boy, as it is written in the scriptures. In epilepsy, in fever or whizzing fit,
Enough.
and
That's enough scripture. So we have to shut him indoors. Is there really no other way?
none at all. For in the wind and the sun, there are elements
Please,
that will.
please, with your this and that and the other. Just tell me what I have to do. Your remedies are so harsh. The poor boy is already putting up with so much without complaining. But it breaks my heart to see how your prescription makes him suffer further.
The greater the suffering, the happier the outcome. As the great sage Chavana says, in medication and in great counsel, the bitterest remedy brings the speediest results. Well, I must be going now, Mr. Doctor.
Oh no, Thakurda is back. Looks like trouble.
Why? Why should a fellow like me scare you?
Because you make children run wild.
But you are not a boy. You have no child in your house and you are past the age for running away. So why do you worry?
Because I have brought a child to the house.
Indeed.
My wife always wanted to adopt a boy.
I have heard that for a long time, but I thought you didn't want to.
You know, I was making a lot of money by hard work, and I used to think how terrible it would be if some boy showed up and just wasted all my money without any effort. But This one has somehow charmed me so much that
That
I,
no wealth is too much for him. And you also feel that more you spend, the merrier your money is spent.
yes, before I was addicted to making money. I couldn't help myself. But now my reward is in the knowledge that whatever I earn will be his.
And where did you find him?
Oh, he's a sort of a nephew of my wife through some village connection. He lost his mother early. Poor boy. Just recently, he lost his father too.
How sad. Maybe I could be of some help to him.
The doctor says that he's so sick with fever that there really isn't much hope. Now, the only cure is to somehow keep him inside and away from these autumn sun and breezes. But then you always come along and gaily lead children outside. That's why you scare me.
Yes, yes, yes. I admit, I have become a free spirit like the autumn sun. But I also know how to play games indoors. Let me finish a few errands of mine, and then I will make friends with this boy of yours.
Okay.
Uncle, uncle, where are you?
I am in the room over here, Amal.
Which room?
Over here.
Oh, uncle,
What is it, Amal?
can't I even go out into the courtyard?
No, Amal.
Look, over there, where Auntie is grinding lentils. There's a squirrel, balancing on her tail and munching the broken bits between her paws. Can't I please go and see?
No, my son, you can't.
I wish I were a squirrel. Uncle, why can't I go out?
The doctor says if you go out, you will get ill.
How does the doctor know that?
What do you mean, Amal? Of course, the doctor knows. He has read so many huge old books.
Does reading make you know everything?
Of course, don't you know?
Nah, I've not read a single book, so I guess I don't know anything.
But Amal, you're just like the greatest of pundits. You know, they never leave their houses.
Don't they?
No, how could they? They just sit and read books and never glance in any other direction. Amal, my son, you too will become the greatest of pundits, and the world will gaze at you with wonder.
No, uncle, please no. I don't want to be a pandit. I don't want to be one, uncle.
Why not, Amal? If I could have been a pandit, my life would have been so different.
I want to see everything. Everything there is to see.
What do you mean? See what?
Those faraway hills, for instance, which I can see through my window. I'd so love to cross over them.
What a crazy idea. Just like that, for nothing, you want to cross over those hills? You're not talking sense. Maybe the hills stand so tall because they are forbidding you to cross over them. Otherwise, why would stone have been piled upon stone to form such a huge heap?
Uncle, are you sure they're really forbidding us? To me, it looks like the earth is mute, so she is raising her hands towards the sky and calling us. Distant people sitting in their windows in the heat of midday are also hearing the call. Don't the pundits hear it?
They don't want to listen. They're not mad at you.
Yesterday, I met someone as mad as me.
Really? Tell me.
So there was a bamboo pole across one of his shoulders, and at the top of it was tied a small bundle. He had a small brass pot in his left hand, and on his feet a pair of curly-toed slippers. As he walked along the back towards the fields, towards the hills, I called out, "Where are you going?" He said, "I don't know, wherever I happen to go." So I asked, "Why are you going?" And he said, "I'm seeking work." Uncle, does everybody have to seek work?
Of course, Amal. People are always looking for work.
Alright, I'll be like them and go searching for work too.
But what if you seek and don't find?
Then I will keep on searching. I want to walk and walk and walk in search of work, farther and farther.
Okay. First get better, then you
You
can.
won't tell me to become a pandit, uncle, will you?
What will you become then?
I can't think of anything yet. I'll tell you when I've thought.
Okay. But son, don't talk to strangers like that.
I like strangers very much.
But what if one of them were to snatch you away?
That would be fun! But no one ever takes me away. Everyone wants me to sit right here.
Okay. Son, I have some work to do. You must go now.
Okay.
But remember, don't wander outside the room.
Okay. But you must let me sit there in that room next to the road.
Okay.
Doi, doi, good doi. Doi.
Dhoiwala! Oh, Dhoiwala!
What is it you want? To buy some doi?
How can I? I have no money.
What kind of a child are you? If you're not buying, then why are you wasting my time?
I just want to talk with you.
Me?
And I hear your cry in the distance. It makes me so restless.
Young fellow, what are you doing there, sitting there like that?
Doctor's forbidden me to go outdoors, so I must just sit here all day, every day.
Arey, son, what's wrong with you?
I don't know. I haven't read any books, so I can't know what's the matter with me. Toiwala, where do you come from?
Ami, I come from my village.
Your village? Is it far away?
Huh? My village is at the foot of the Ponchumura hills, besides the Shamuli river.
Panchmura Hill, Shamli River. I think I've seen your village, although I don't remember when.
Have you been to our village? Have you been to the foot of the Ponchumura hills?
No, I've never been there, but I feel as if I have. Doesn't your village lie beneath some ancient sprawling trees next to a red road?
Huh? You're right.
And there are cows grazing on the hillside?
Right again. In our village, cows do graze. Yes, indeed.
And women come to fetch water from the river and carry it in pitchers on their heads, and they wear red saris?
Right again. All our dairy women come to the river for their water. But not all of them wear red sari. Hey, you must have come visited us sometime.
No, I assure you, I've never been there. As soon as the doctor lets me go out, will you take me to your village?
Of course I will.
Teach me how to sell doi, as you do, walking all those far off roads with the harness across your shoulder.
Young fellow, why sell doi? You should read those mota books and become a pandit.
No, I will never become a pandit. I'll take some doi from your village beneath the old banyan tree beside the red road and sell it in distant villages. How does your call go? Doi, doi, good doi. Teach me the tune, won't you? Please?
Heavens, is this a tune worth teaching?
Don't say that. I like it. You know, when you hear a hawk shrieking high up in the sky, the cry gives you a strange feeling. Well, your distant call, which seems to float through the trees from some far off bend in the road, has the same effect on me.
Hey, 1 minute. Here, have some of my doi.
But I have no money.
No, don't mention it at all. I would be ever so pleased if you ate some of my doi.
Have I delayed you much?
No, not at all. For you have shown me the joy of selling doi. Come on. Doi, good doi.
Doi, doi, good doi. Doi from the dairies beside the Shamli River in the Panchmara Hills. Ah, look, there's a watchman doing his rounds. Watchman, oh, watchman, could I talk to you for a minute, please?
What's all the shouting for? Aren't you afraid of me?
Why should I be afraid of you?
What if I arrest you? Take you away?
Where will you take me? Far away? Over the hills?
I might take you straight to the Raja.
To the Raja? Would you really? But the doctor has forbidden me to go out. Nobody can take me anywhere. I must just sit here all day and all night.
Doctor's orders. Well, I can see that your face is quite pale. And there are dark rings under your eyes.
Are you going to sound your gong?
No, the time is not yet right.
Some people say time flies, while others say that time is not yet ripe. But if you strike your gong, won't the time be right?
How so? I strike the gong only when the time is right.
I do like your gong. I love listening to it, especially at noon after everyone's eaten and my uncle has gone out somewhere to work and Auntie dozes off reading the Ramayana and her small dog curls up into its tail in some shadow of the courtyard and then I hear a gong strike. Dong, 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 dong. But why do you strike it?
It tells everyone that time does not stand still, that time always moves onward.
Where is time going? To what land?
Nobody knows that.
You mean nobody's been there? I would love to run away with time to this land that nobody knows.
We are all going to go there one day, young man.
Me too?
Of course.
But the doctor has forbidden me to go out.
Someday, perhaps the doctor will hold your hand and take you there.
No, you don't know him. All he does is keep me locked up here.
But there is a greater doctor than he. A doctor who can set you free.
When will this great doctor come for me? I'm so tired of staying here.
Shouldn't say such things, son.
But I have to sit here all the time, never going out, doing as I'm told, and when your gong goes dong dong dong, I feel so frustrated. Watchman,
What is it, beta?
over there, across the road, that big house with a flag on top of it, with lots of people going in and out of it. What is it?
It's the new post office.
Post office? Whose post office?
Why, the Rajas, of course. Who else could have a post office? He's
The
a
letters
strange
come to
boy.
the post. The letters come to the post office from the Raja himself.
Yes, of course. Someday there may even be a letter addressed to you.
A letter to me, but I'm only a child.
The Raja writes his littlest letters to children.
Really? When will I get my letter? And how do you know that he's going to write to me?
Otherwise, why would he bother to set up a big post office with a splendid golden flag right outside your open window? But I rather like the boy.
When the Raja's letter comes, who'll give it to me?
Why, the Raja has many messengers. Surely you have seen them running about with golden badges pinned to their chests?
Where do they go?
From door to door, country to country. The boy's questions are really amusing.
When I grow up, I want to be a Raja's messenger.
A Raja's messenger. Now there is a responsible job. Come rain, come shine, among rich, among poor. Wherever you are, you must deliver your letters. It's a tremendous job.
Why are you smiling that way? It's the best job there could be. Oh, I don't mean that your job isn't good too. You strike your gong during the heat of noon, dong, 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 and also in the dead of night. Sometimes I suddenly wake up and find that the lamp has gone out, and I hear a deep, dark dong, dong, dong.
Uh-oh, here comes the big boss. Time to run. If he catches me chatting with you, he's sure to cause trouble.
Where's the boss? Which one is he?
Over there, way down the road. Don't you see his big umbrella bobbing up and down?
Has the boss been appointed by the Raja?
Oh no, he has been appointed by himself. But if you don't obey him, he will cause endless difficulties. That's why people are afraid of him. Our headman's entire job seems to be troublemaking for everyone. So that's enough talk for today. Time to leave. But I will come back tomorrow morning to bring you the news of the town.
Bye. If I receive a letter every day from the Raja, that would be wonderful. I'd sit here by the window and read them. But I don't know how to read. I wonder who could read them for me. Auntie reads Ramayana. Maybe she can read the Raja's writing. If nobody can read the letters, I'll keep them and read them all later when I grow up. But what if the Raja's messengers don't know about me? Headman! Mr. Headman! Oh dear, Mr. Headman! Could I talk to you for a minute, please?
Who is this bellowing at me in the middle of the road? Who is this monkey?
You're the headman. I hear that everyone pays attention to you.
Yes, they do. They do, or else.
Do the Raja's messengers listen to you too?
Of course they do. Would they dare to ignore me?
Will you tell the messengers that my name is Amal and that I'm always here sitting by the window?
Why should I do that?
In case there's a letter addressed to me.
A letter? For you? Who would write you a letter?
If the Raja writes to me, then...
Oh, aren't you a mighty fellow? So you think the Raja will write you a letter, huh? Of course he will, for you are his dear friend. In fact, he's getting sadder by the day that he has not heard from you lately. Well, your waiting's almost over. I bet you will get your letter any day now.
Mr. Headman, why is your voice so harsh? Are you angry with me?
Goodness me! Why should I be angry with you? Could I be so bold? After all, you are the correspondent of the Raja. Madhav Datta thinks he can throw the names of Rajas and Maharajas just because he has made a little money. We'll soon see to it that he gets his punishment. Oh, my lad, you will get your letter very soon from the Raja's house. I shall see to it myself.
No, please, you don't have to go through any trouble for me.
And why not? I will tell your Raja about you, and I'm sure he will not keep you waiting for too long. In fact, he will send a footman to see you at once. Really, Madhav Datta's arrogance is too much. Just as soon it reaches the Raja's ears, there will be trouble for sure. I know that.
আমি ফুল তোলেতে এলেম বনে আমি ফুল তোলেতে এলেম বনে আমি ফুল তোলেতে এলেম বনে.
Who is that with her jingling anklets? Please stop a while.
How can I stop? The day is already passing.
You don't want to stop, even for a moment. And I don't want to sit here a moment longer.
To look at you reminds me of the fading morning star. What's the matter with you? Tell me.
I don't know, but the doctor has forbidden me to go out.
Then don't go out. Obey doctor's words. If you don't, people will say you're naughty. I can see that just looking outside makes you restless. Let me close this window a bit.
No, don't close it. Everything is closed to me except this window. Tell me who you are. I don't seem to know you.
I am Shudha.
Shudha?
Don't you know? I'm the daughter of the local flower seller.
And what do you do?
I fill a wicker basket with plucked flowers and make garlands. Just now, I'm off to pick some.
You're going to pick flowers? Is that why your feet are so lively and your anklets go jingle jangle with each step? If I could go with you, I would pick flowers for you from the highest branches beyond your sight.
Would you now? So you know where the flowers are better than I do.
Yes, I know a lot. For example, I know all about the 7 Champak flower brothers. If I were well, I'd go deep into the forest where there's no path to be seen. There, a blossom as a champak flower on the tallest tip of the thinnest twig, where the hummingbird gets drunk on honey. Will you be Parul, my champak flower sister?
How silly. How could I be your Parul Didi? I am Shudha, daughter of Shashi the flower seller. Every day I have to sing many flower garlands. If I could spend a day sitting like you, then I would be very happy.
What would you do if you had all day?
First, I would play with my Binny Boo doll and marry her off. Then there's my pussycat, Manny. I would love to. But it's getting late and there won't be any flowers left if I dawdle here.
Please talk to me a little longer. I'm enjoying it.
All right. If you are a good boy and stay here quietly, on my way back with the flowers, I'll stop for another chat.
Will you bring me a flower?
How can I? Can you pay?
I'll pay you when I grow up, and I've gone out seeking work beyond that stream over there. Then I will pay you.
I accept.
So you will return after picking flowers?
I will return.
Promise?
I promise.
You won't forget me? My name is Amal. Will you remember it?
No, I won't forget. You will be remembered.
Brother, where are you going? Stop for a while.
I'm off to play. My friends are waiting over there.
What game are you going to play?
The plowman's game. This is the ploughshare and two of my friends will be the oxen.
Will you play all day?
Yes, the entire day.
After that, will you come back home along the path by the river?
Yes, I will, once evening.
Please drop by here, in front of my house.
You can come now. Come and play.
Doctors ordered me not to go out.
Doctor, why do you listen to him? Come on, let's go. It's getting late.
Please, friend, won't you play in the road outside my window for just a little while?
But there's nothing here to play with.
All my toys are lying right here. Take them all. It's no fun playing indoors all alone. The toys are just lying here, doing nothing, scattered in the dust. Here.
Oh, what wonderful toys! Look at these ships. And this one is a matted hair horse. Are you really gonna give me these? Won't you miss them?
No, I won't miss them. You can have them all.
So I don't have to give them back?
No, you don't need to.
Nobody will scold you?
No, nobody will. But promise me that you will come and play with them outside my house for just a little while each morning. When they get worn out, I'll get you some new ones.
All right, Fred. I'll come and play here every day. Now let's take the ships and have a battle. Where can we get muskets? Over there! There's a large piece of reed. That will do if you cut it up in pieces. But friend, you're dozing off.
Yes, I'm very sleepy. Oh, why I feel sleepy so often, I don't know. But I've been sitting up a long time and I can't any longer. My back is aching.
It's only the middle of the day. Why are you so sleepy already? Listen, there goes the gong.
Yes. Dong, dong, dong. It lulls me to sleep.
I'm going now, but I'll be back in the morning.
Wait, before you go, let me ask you something. You go about a lot. Do you know the Raja's messengers?
Yes, I do. Quite well.
Who are they? What are their names?
One's named Badal, another's named Sharat, and there are others.
Well, if a letter comes from me, will they know who I am?
Why not? If your name is on the letter, they will certainly find you.
When you come back in the morning, please ask one of them to stop by and meet me, will you?
Yes, I will. Okay, bye, friends. Bye.
It's okay, Amal. Lie down now.
Uncle, can't I even sit near the window today? Doctor really forbids it.
Yes, he does. He says that sitting there every day is making your illness worse.
But uncle, that's not right. I don't know about my illness, but I know I feel better when I sit there.
Sitting there, you have become friends with half the town, young and old alike. The area outside my door looks like a fairground. How will you handle the strain? Look at your face today. So wan.
If my friend the fakir comes by the window, he'll miss me and go away again.
Who is this fakir?
Every day he comes by my window and tells me tales of lands far and wide. He's so much fun to listen to.
I don't know of any fakir.
He usually comes along about now. Please, uncle, I beg you, please ask him to come and sit with me.
Okay.
There you are, fakir. Come, sit on my bed.
What? Is that your fakir?
I am the fakir.
Of course you are.
Where have you been this time, fakir?
To the island of parrots. I just got back.
Parrot Island, huh?
Why so skeptical? Am I like you? When I travel, there are no expenses. I can go wherever I please.
You have so much fun. When I get well, you promised I could be your disciple, remember?
Of course, I will initiate you in my travel mantras so that neither ocean, nor the mountain, nor forest will bar your way.
What is all this crazy talk?
Dearest Amal, there is nothing in mountain or ocean that frightens me. But if the doctor and your uncle get together, my mantras will be powerless.
You won't tell doctor about all this, will you, uncle? Now I promise I will lie here, sleep, and do absolutely nothing. But the day I get well, I will swear by Fakir's mantras. I shall cross the rivers, mountains, and oceans.
Harsh son, don't keep on talking about leaving. Just to hear you makes me feel sad.
Tell me, Fakir, what's Paris Island like?
It's a rather weird place, a land of birds without any human beings. The birds do not speak or come to land, they only sing and fly around.
Oh, fantastic! And is there ocean all around?
Yes, of course.
And are there green hills?
Yes. In the hills, the birds make their nest. In the evening, as the rays of the setting sun make the green hillsides glow, the parrots flock to their nest in a green swarm. And then the hills and the parrots become one single mass of green. It is indescribable.
What about streams and waterfalls?
Absolutely. How could there not be? They flow like molten diamonds. And how the drops dance! The small pebbles in the stream hum and murmur as the waters gush over them until finally they plunge into the ocean. No one, not even a doctor, can restrain them for even a single second. I tell you, if the birds did not ostracize me as a mere man, I would make myself a small hut among the thousands of nests beside some waterfall and pass my days watching the waters and the ocean waves below.
If I were a bird,
Then that would be a problem. I hear you have already arranged with the doiwala to sell doi when you grow up. I don't think your business will do too well among parrots. Who knows? You might even take a loss.
I can't take this nonsense any longer. You two will drive me crazy. I'm going.
Fakir, Now that uncle's gone, tell me secretly, has the Raja sent a letter in my name to the post office?
I hear that his letter has been dispatched. It is on its way.
On its way? Which way? Is it coming by that path that you see when the sky clears after the rain?
Yes, you seem to know it.
You know a lot, fucker.
So I see. But how?
Can't say. I can see everything before my eyes as if I've really seen it many times. But long ago. How long ago I cannot recall. Shall I describe it to you?
Yes.
I can see the Raja's messenger going down a hillside alone, a lantern in his left hand and on his back a bag of letters, descending for days and nights. And then, at the foot of the hills, where the waterfall becomes a winding stream, he follows the footpath along the bank and walks on through the corn. I can picture it all, and the nearer he gets, the gladder I feel.
Though I don't have your fresh vision, still I see it.
Tell me, Fakir, do you know the Raja?
I certainly do. I often go to his court to seek alms.
Really? When I get better, I will go with you and seek alms from him.
Ah,
Can I go with you?
son, you don't need to seek. He will give without your asking.
But I would rather seek. I'll go to the road outside his palace, chanting victory to the Raja and begging alms. Maybe I'll also dance with the symbol. What do you think?
It sounds good. And if I accompany you, I will receive gifts too. Now tell me, what will you ask him for?
I will ask him to make me Raja's messenger. We'll go all over the land with a lantern in his hand, delivering messages from door to door. You know, Fakir, someone has told me that as soon as I am well, he will teach me how to beg. I will go out begging with him wherever I please.
And who is this person?
Chidam,
Which Chidam?
blind and lame Chidam. Every day he comes by my window. A boy just like me pushes him around in a cart with wheels. I've often told Chidam that when I am well, I will push him around too.
That would be interesting, I can see.
He's going to teach me all about begging. I tell Uncle that we should give Chidam something, but he says that he's not really blind or lame. Perhaps he's not totally blind, but I know he does not see very well. I'm sure of that.
You're right. Whether you call him blind or not, it is true that he does not see very well. But if he gets no alms from you, why does he like to sit with you?
Because he hears about all the different places from me. The poor fellow cannot see, but he listens when I tell him about all the lands you tell me about. The other day, you told me about the land of no weight, where everything weighs nothing, and even a tiny hawk can send you sailing over a hill. You really liked hearing about that place. Tell me, Fakir, how do you reach that land?
There is an inner road, but it is very hard to find.
Since the poor man is blind, he will never see any road, and will have to go on begging alms. Sometimes he moans to me about it. Tell him that at least he visits a lot of places as a beggar. Not everyone can do that.
Son, why do you feel so sad to stay at home?
Not sad. Not now. Until now, my days did drag endlessly. But I've seen the Raja's post office and I'm happier. I even like sitting indoors. I know the letter will come and the thought keeps me company. So I wait quite happily. I have no idea what the Raja will write in his letter.
You don't need to know. As long as your name is there, that is enough.
Do you two realize what trouble you have gotten us into?
Why? What's up?
Rumor has it that you are saying the Raja has built this post office only to correspond with you.
So?
And so the headman has sent an anonymous letter about this to the Raja.
We all know that most things reach the Raja's ears.
Then why didn't you watch yourself? Why do you take the names of Rajas and Maharajas in vain? You'll pull me in it too.
Fakir, will the Raja be angry?
Who says so? Why should he be? How can he rule his kingdom with majesty if he becomes mad at a child like you and a fakir like me?
You know, Fakir, since this morning, there has been a kind of darkness in my mind. Sometimes things look as if in a dream. I feel like being totally silent. Won't the Raja's letter ever come? Just now, the room seemed to vanish, as if everything, as if.
It will come, my dear. The letter will come today.
Oh, how are you feeling today?
Quite well. Very well, doctor.
I don't like the look of that smile very much. When he says he feels better, there is danger in store. As the great Chakraborty
Please,
says, that
doctor, spare me Chakradhar Datta. Just tell me what's the matter.
it looks like we cannot hold on to him much longer. I had recommended certain precautions, but he seemed to have exposed to the outside air.
No, doctor. I have done my utmost to keep him from any such exposure. He has been kept indoors, and most of the time the place has been kept shut.
Nan, the air has turned rather strange today. Then, I notice a severe draft blowing through that door. This is not good at all. It must be shut at once. And try have no visitors come by for a few days. If people come by, ask them to come through the back door. And please get rid of this glare that comes through the window when the sun sets. It disturbs the patient's mind.
Amal's eyes are closed. I think he is asleep. When I look at his face, it's as if, oh doctor, this child who is not my own, but who I have loved as my own, will he be taken away from me?
Hey boy!
Who's that? Oh, drat, it's the headman. I have to go. I'll go home and send over a stronger dose. You go inside and shut the door tight. Give the medicine to the boy. If he can resist its power, he may yet pull through. Huh?
Hey boy!
Be quiet.
No, Fakir. You thought I was sleeping, but I wasn't. I heard everything. I also heard faraway talk. My parents were talking beside my bed.
So, Madhav Datta, these days you're rubbing shoulders with people in high places, huh?
What do you mean, headman? Don't make fun of us. We are very humble folk.
But isn't your boy awaiting a letter from the Raja?
He's a mere child and sick and confused at that. Why do you listen to him?
On the contrary, where else could your Raja find a worthier correspondent than your boy? That must be why he has built a new royal post office outside your window. Hey, little fellow, there's a letter from the Raja addressed to you.
Really?
And why not? With your royal friendship. There we go.
Are you teasing? Fakir, Fakir, tell me, is it really the letter?
Yes, my boy. You have your fakir's word. It is indeed the letter.
But my eyes can't see anything. Everything looks blank to me. Headman, sir, tell me what's in the letter.
Sure. His Majesty writes, I will be visiting your home shortly. Prepare me a meal of puffed rice and parched paddy with molasses. I don't like to stay in the palace 1 minute longer than I have to.
I beg you, sir. I implore you. Please do not ridicule us.
Ridicule? What ridicule? Who would dare to ridicule?
Thakurda, Are you out of your mind?
Maybe I am, but I also see letters on the sheet. The Raja writes that he will personally visit Amal and that his royal physician will accompany him.
Tagore, it is true. I can hear him. Can you hear the call?
Let him become a little more demented, then he'll hear it.
Headman, sir, I thought you disliked me, that you hated me. But I never imagined that you would bring me the Raja's letter. It never occurred to me. I must wash the dust from your feet.
Well, I will say this much. The boy certainly has good manners. Not too bright, but he has a good heart.
The day is nearly over. I can feel it. Listen, there goes the evening gong. Has the evening star appeared yet, Fakir? Why don't I see it?
They have shut all your windows. I will open them.
What? Who's there? What an annoyance.
Open the door.
Who are you?
Open the door.
Headman? Could it be the robbers?
Who is there? This is Panchanamara, headman. Aren't you scared? Listen, the banging has stopped. Even the toughest thieves know to fear Panchanam's voice.
Look, they've smashed the door. That's why the banging has ceased.
I am the Raja's physician. His Majesty will arrive tonight.
Disaster.
1 in the night? At what hour?
In the dead of the night.
When my friend the watchman strikes his gong at the town's lion gate? At that hour?
Yes, at that hour. In the meantime, Raja has sent me, his finest physician, to attend to his little friend. But I see it is all closed up. Why? Open up. Open all the doors and windows. How are you feeling, young fellow?
Quite well. Very well, doctor. All my pain seems to be going away.
When the Raja comes in the dead of the night, are you going to rise and go forth with him?
I will. I have the will. I long to go forth. Perhaps I will ask the Raja to show me the pole star in the heavens. Perhaps I've seen it many times and not recognized it.
Raja will show you all the things.
My son, the Raja loves you and is coming here in person. Please entreat him to give us something.
Do not worry, uncle. I've already thought about it.
What will you request?
I will beg him to make me a Raja's messenger. Will go all over the land with a lantern in his hand, delivering messages from door to door.
Alas, such is my fate.
Uncle, when the Raja comes, what shall we offer him?
Raja has commanded only a meal of puffed rice and parched paddy with molasses. Please make the room clean and decorate with flowers to greet our Raja.
Headman, those were your very words. You knew everything about the Raja, and we knew nothing.
If you would send me someone to my house, we will endeavor to provide His Majesty with good food.
No need for it. Now, you must all be calm. It is coming. Coming. His sleep is coming. I will sit beside his pillow as he drifts off. Blow out the lamp. Let the starlight come in. His sleep has arrived.
Thakurda, why so hushed, with your palms pressed together like a statue? I feel a kind of dread. These do not seem like good omens. Why has the room been darkened? What use is starlight?
Be quiet, unbeliever. Do not speak.
Amal,
He has fallen asleep.
I have brought flowers for him. Can I put them in his hand?
Yes, you may give him your flowers.
When will he awake?
When the Raja comes and calls him,
Will you whisper a word in his ear for me?
what shall I say?
Tell him Shudha has not forgotten you.